decide the surgical tactics. We should consider how close this prostate cancer in duration is to the effects. This is a crucial thing, because to decide to estimate what will be the chance of incontinence after radical prostatectomy. And we will decide to check the margins of prostate if the prostate they are destroyed, and if there is invasion in rectum or pararectal space, about seminal vesicles, and so on. So I think that the surgeon should do this himself, this rectal examination and ultrasound as well. So next thing is how looks the patient. This is very important also. How motivated he is. Jeff told us, presented a case of 72 years old man that he wanted to survive. So first of all, you should look to the patient. How is he looking? Is he motivated to do surgery? Is he motivated to take a risk of surgery? Risk of incontinence, risk of surgery itself. So this is very important moment. And of course, we should explain to the patient in details about the surgery, about the alternative treatments and radiation therapy with hormonal therapy, pros and cons. So we should give to the patient all the information we know about this situation and what kind of treatments are available. This is also very important. And we need to give the patient time. And we need to speak not only with patient, also with relatives as well. This is very important. This is my complete experience. So, to decide about the surgery, surgical invasion, this is very important. How good is general health status of the patient? He should have 10 years, at least expected 10 years, because of his good health condition. I mean, to check if he has cardiac and different problems. So he needs 10 years. 10 years around should be expected. And patients should be motivated for aggressive cancer management, and patients ready for increased risk of incontinence and impotence. Now, pre-operation evaluation, preparation, standardized preparation of patients for the surgery reduces the risks of intra- and post-operative complications. And special team is advisable for routine pre-operative checkup. Cardiologists, anesthesiologists, and urologists who will check the patient in standard way. And good idea is to send the patient for coronarography in any doubtful case. Coronary stenting or bypass before the operation reduces the risk of surgical invasion. We hospitalize patients 1 day before surgery, and we prepare well, especially if locally advanced case where the risk of opening of rectum, for example, is increased. We prepare to prepare bone as likely to do this before cystectomy. And anticoagulants before 1 day, a night before surgery, and close, of course, before surgery. Now about our patients. So we did 48 cases during the last 3 years of advanced prostate cancer. I mean, not general radicals, but advanced cases. I mean. So clinically it was. So we knew before the operation the patient had T3 disease in 21 patients, T3A disease in 28 for one patient, T3B disease in 70 patients, and T4 disease in 8 patients. So I would like to emphasize that this is clinical stage. So we knew before the operation that this is advanced prostate cancer. So the diagnosis was prompted by different imaging and digital determination. Patient age was 50, 66 cases, 60, 70, 21 cases, and 70, 75, 90 cases. Preoperatively, PSA was below 30 in all these patients. Also, by imaging, there were not too much enlarged lymph nodes. So, clinically, we could say that these patients have no lymph node. However, we know that in a high percentage it will be, but there are no real proof for that. And Gleason score was 7 in 5 cases and 60 cases. 4 plus 3, Gleason 8 in 6 cases, Gleason 9 cases. So what kind of operation we did? This was a radical prostatectomy with extended lymphadenectomy, along internal and external iliac vessels in 38 cases. Radical prostatectomy with bladder neck wide excision because cancer was invaded in bladder neck in 4 cases, and radical cystoprostatectomy with extended lymphadenectomy, sigmoidal pouch 1 case, radical cystoprostatectomy with extended lymphadenectomy, iliac cord with 3 cases. I would like to say that it was not possible to do new bladder in that patient because the tumor was invaded in sphincters or very close. So we decided to do this type of diversions. And it's maybe to this frame, but we did 24 monolateral or bilateral nerve screening also in 24 cases. So surgical, what about surgical margins? It was positive in ethics in 3 patients, neurovascular bundle in the region of neurovascular bundle because it was in 1 case, despite of nerve sparing, as I told you. And surprisingly, it was high to within bladder neck area, 7 cases, despite before the operation, during the there were no macroscopic changes and there were no imaging data that bladder neck was invaded in that patient, but we got positive surgical margins and bladder neck in 7 patients. And other patients progress. So what about stage migration, preoperative and post-operative stage? Preoperative T-stage migrations occurred in 39% of the cases. So downstage was 40, lower stage in 5 cases. And preoperative end-stage lymph node status migration occurred in 43% of cases. And it was mostly downstage. So in 20 patients, we expected the clinical diagnosis was node negative, but post-operatively, these patients were metastatic. We found metastatic lesions in cases. Now, in 7 of 12 downstage men, local 3 reached T4 stage. So we expected T3 or A or B, and it was really T4. These men needed wide excision of bladder neck. So macroscopically, we excision was done in the right way, but it seems that microscopic lesions are spreading beyond microscopic alterations are beyond macroscopic alterations. So 3 of 5 patients, TOR stage patients, were node-free. Thus, the surgery was curative for that patient. And 20 node downstage men might benefit from lymphadenectomy, as it was, we have seen from 5 cases when PSA was above 0.2 at 3 months, 5 cases were not positive and positive with positive surgical margins. 4 cases were presented with not positive, 2 cases with positive surgical margins, and 2 cases with no negative surgical margins with no negative. Overall, in 28% of cases, PSA was above 0.2 nanogram milli at 3 months. Most of these patients were not positive. Only 7 of 15 patients were with positive surgical margins had PSA negative above 0.2 nanogram milli. Thus, despite residual tumor progression, prognosis can be favorable according to this limited number of material. Now, you want to tell us what kind of treatments were after the operation. So we gave anti-androgens to 4 patients, medical or surgical castration to 4 patients, radiotherapy plus medical castration to 3 cases, and no adjuvant therapies were done in 35 cases of 46. So 67% of patients with clinically locally advanced cases have got no adjuvant therapies at all. Of course, this evaluation time is too short in our cases. We will see it in the future. And currently there are no bone metastases in any of these 4 diseases. What about incontinence? Excellent results. No total incontinence at all. And at the moment, there is only sensitive incontinence on 4 patients. So it will improve by the time, I'm sure. The conclusions? Radical surgery is feasible in men with clinically locally advanced prostate cancer and should be applied in selected patients. Significant number of patients can be saved from adjuvant therapies. Surgical excision has potential to delay development of bone metastasis. Maybe we cannot prove because again, evaluation time is too small. But you see at the moment, this is what we see at the moment. The functional outcomes are excellent. Non-status downstaging is common in cases of clinical locally advanced prostate cancer patients. So extensive lymphadenectomy is recommended in all cases. And as Dr. Matei said, it should be done until also around the iliaca communis until the crossing ureters. And bladder neck invasion is not rare, so probably we should advocate the wide excision of bladder neck in this patient. Despite we cannot see no spread of cancer by imaging or by inspection, but probably I think that the bladder neck wide excision is recommended in these patients. This is small video. T3B case, prostate cancer, and we can see on this video that it's quite possible to divide, to make dissection without positive surgical margins when seminal vesicles are invaded by the cancer. So in this patient, there were seminal vesicle invasion, both seminal vesicles. So it's quite possible to dissect in a nice way.
I've seen Tbilisi now, and it's a dramatic change since the last time I was here. Everything is really expanding. I'm very happy to see that the healthcare system also is another one than last time. My topic is to speak a little bit about locally advanced cancer and the Scandinavian experience. In the urologist in the Department of Urology at Skåne University Hospital. I'm also the chairman of the SPCG, Scandinavian Prostate Cancer Group, as well as a board member in the National Prostate Cancer Registry. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. First of all, I want to show you the figures of the incidence of prostate cancer in Sweden. This is per 100,000 men. You can see after the introduction of PSA in the 1990s, we have had a rise. But now it has stabilized over the last 5-7 years. What about the mortality? Has the increased detection of prostate cancer lowered the mortality? Yes, we see now a decline, but it takes quite a while before you can observe that. This is also per 100,000 men. So we can see that the curve now goes down. If we look at our figures, it's approximately 20% drop in mortality in Sweden. And maybe because this treating locally advanced disease is now more common, we will see a further drop in the future, that's our hope. Because if we look at our national register, this is from 2012, and the dark blue here is death from prostate cancer. The lighter blue is cardiovascular disease deaths, and the light blue is other causes. And you can see here a different age group, below 65, 65 to 75, and over 75, and all have local high-risk cancer and regional metastatic cancer. And you can see even in the highest age group, above 75 years, the risk of dying within this 14 years period is 30%. So this is a deadly disease, even in the elderly man. This is another publication from the National Register of Ockerdal, and looking at locally advanced cancer, and we see exactly the same thing, that even in high age group, even above 85, the death from prostate cancer within 8 years is quite common. Thank you very much. So the discussion now?
I have a comment. Congratulations for your excellent talks, and I have a comment for all of you. So the big question is here, regardless the fact that we know that surgery is feasible in clinical treat patients. So the take-home message from your expert opinion would be, what is the limit for surgery? So when do you indicate a patient, a given patient, candidate for surgery in presence of clinical treat disease? Because of course this is a heterogeneous disease even among clinical treat patients. So if you pick up a patient, for instance, with the MRI that show cervical vessel invasion, which switch this patient to clinical T3B, would you still consider this patient for surgery or not?
Yes.
And why?
I think it's even more rational to do surgery because you can guarantee you can completely treat this neuromuscular. Obviously, radiation oncologists can treat it too with some added morbidity because of where the box technique, where they have Guram there is a little added morbidity if you have to increase the dosimetry to the silver vessels in terms of the lower ureters and the so I mean not everybody's a surgical candidate, but when I see silver vessel invasion in MRI, it's definitely that it pushes me a little towards surgery. Definitely away from biotherapy, which is sometimes done for locally advanced disease because obviously cryotherapy will not treat silver vessels. And obviously radiotherapy becomes problematic as well. And external beam is feasible, but I do think there's a little added toxicity that's never been really well delineated because of his lack of studies.
I would also consider surgery in these cases, general medicine, despite the fact that we have high level evidence of the efficacy of radiation and so on. Why? Well, I also do salvage surgeries and salvage cryotherapies, and we see that some prostate cancer disease is actually radiotherapy resistant, and I think that is one reason. Another reason for the T3 group as a whole is that approximately 20-25% are early stage. So a lot of these patients can be cured with surgery only, and according to the STORA 9 paper, it's a higher cure rate with surgery than radiotherapy if you remove all cancer. And that is possible with too. So I think these are the key reasons why I present the alternative to the patient with surgery, even in the body. But always give the alternative of radiation plus hormones because we have high level evidence of efficacy there.
So sometimes even though you do the best possible matching, whatever analysis, still selection bias is an issue. So I would strongly encourage you to look with extreme caution all these retrospective series comparing radiotherapy with surgery. Sometimes we are simply comparing apples with bananas.
I have one comment to the follow-up issue, and I pointed that out in my talk, that you have to follow these patients for a long time. Even locally advanced disease, the survival is long, so we have to follow them for 10, 15 years, or maybe longer. And how are we able to do that in Sweden? Well, in Sweden, we look at our birthdays, but we also have 4 unique digits at the end of our birthdays. So we can do data collection from the cause of death registers, the registers of medication, and a lot of other things to get these data from our national prostate cancer register. We never lose one patient. We have an eye on every patient and know where they are due to these unique personal numbers that we have.
I think one thing maybe you're referring to is there are new guidelines in the U.S. saying that if you have T3, pathologic T3 disease, and or positive margin, we should definitely discuss adjuvant radiation therapy. I think most of us, even in this panel here, don't always subscribe to that. We don't always automatically give them radiation therapy because a lot of those patients should be cured with radiation alone. Then the question is when you're following them with a PSA, what PSA do you use to institute salvage radiation therapy, which obviously Gandhi and others have done a lot of work on, including have done a lot of work, because when I did a PSA is, but I think maybe even going back to genetic markers of the tumor, I mean, not all somatoscopes are the same. I mean, we've seen some somatoscopes where they may be cured with nothing alone with surgery, and we see some that develop a local recurrence, and some that you deliver adjuvant radiation, 5 years later, they have bone metastasis, and that radiation therapy probably didn't help at all. And you just subjected that guy to 2 months of radiation therapy. Radiation therapy is helpful. I just think we have to tailor it to the right individual. What that right individual is, I don't think anybody has 100% certainty who it is. But I think if we can get to 80% or 85% certainty, it's better. Because right now, we're very 50-50.
But okay, what is your opinion, Alberto, for example, for that case, which you get presented T4 disease?
I mean, I would have sent this patient immediately.
Okay. Or here to Georgia.
Oh, yeah, the Georgia, yes, of course. I mean, with clinical T4 patients, there is no data out there to support one treatment over another. We should be, again, substratify this patient according to the extent, for example, bladder neck invasion. The microscopic bladder neck invasion, just to remind you, has been downgraded from TNM from PT4 to PT3A. So if it's microscopic, that means that the prognosis is not that bad. But if it's macroscopic, so if you see very and huge involvement bladder neck, so my question is,
I
I will send my patients to you and to Jeff, or I will try to put in my place, knowing that surgery may be the first step or a real multimodal therapy. So surgery alone might be not, of course, as we all suspect, might not sufficient. But still, I will strongly again look at the patient life expectancy and patient comorbidity profile. We were discussing yesterday, I'm seeing younger and younger patients. And to these guys, I believe that surgery may give the great opportunity first to have a pathological examination, so to exactly know whether it has been downstage or not. And second, to deliver adjuvant therapies, and to have another weapon in my hand. So patient life expectancy, I would say that is key for these guys. And I have a series of clinical before, as we all have, but I don't have the data to know whether this is better than radiation therapy.
Just one quick thought. I mean, obviously that's a selected case with fairly high volume bladder neck involvement, ureteral obstruction, free apex, so you got a needle bladder. But just in terms of doing a cystectomy for prostate cancer, just say we've all seen cases that are non-metastatic, really non-bulky metastatic disease. And I would say that a man presenting with bulky T4 prostate cancer still has a better survival than a man presenting with invasive bladder cancer, with a T3 bladder cancer at 65 years old. I don't think anybody in the room would hesitate to do a cystectomy on the invasive bladder cancer, but we've all hesitated to do a cystectomy on the invasive prostate cancer. And it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I think that we need to change our paradigm when we have these patients with bulky disease in the bladder, even with prostate cancer.
Comment there. You made neoadjuvant hormone treatment in terms of orchidectomy, was it?
He was started on that. Yes.
Yeah, he was started on that. So he had lifelong hormone treatment, castration treatment also. So my question to you is, I know that in the early Sinke publications, he had in advanced cases at least N+, combined prostatectomy and orchidectomy on the table. So how many in the figures that we showed had actually orchidectomy or subsequent hormone therapy? Do you have any idea?
For N1 disease?
Yeah, in the whole cohort.
The clinical, so
That
that
was
practice,
N0,
a lot of those were clinical in 0 with a T3. We'll talk about that Zinka study actually coming up.
Yeah. We did.
So why do you raise the question about orchidectomy and radical prostatectomy together? This is my question to the panel. I think that to do castration in locally advanced cases is not a very good idea. It can shorten the life of survival of the patient because of the refractory disease. Do you agree or not? Because we often, maybe in Georgia also, maybe Professor Managazes can agree as well, that we see sometimes in locally advanced cases castration. What do you think about this practice?
Don't do it to the Italian man, please.
No.